All right, people. We are here. We are on the air, and we got Mr. Harvey here with us, and he is doing his thing.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of news out there today.
Oh man, did you hear what's going on here with this crap, man? Our our president is cussing the Supreme Court out.
Oh, yeah, he ticked off. I thought I gave y'all enough money.
He done cussed the Supreme Court out. People cuss them out. I don't know why he did that. What was going on with him. Ha ha ha. I don't know what was going on. He, we, I don't know. He doesn't seem right to me, Ted. I'm telling you, that man doesn't seem right to me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. He doesn't seem right to me. He doesn't seem like he is, he doesn't seem like he is, uh, got his shit together.
Well, when you're taking orders from Putin, you know, and then you're taking orders from the Prime Minister of Israel, he's confused. He's confused.
I
So,
I think he wants to be the boss, but he doesn't know how to be the boss. You see him, that they were showing him when he had that meeting with all of his people in that new organization he was starting,
oh,
and
yeah,
he sat there in the meeting and everything and went to sleep.
he claimed the United States going to contribute $10 billion, and he haven't even got approval for it. And he want every country that wants to join got to pay $1 billion.
I know, and most of them haven't paid their money yet. But he said he done gave them 3 years to pay it. So all the people who were with him, they haven't paid that money yet. But they said that they are going to invest some money into Gaza. So they uh they're ready to take over Gaza Strip and everything and turn it into a resort area because you know the Gaza is sitting right there on the Mediterranean Sea, and most of their land and stuff is sitting on the waterfront, and everybody wants that piece of land. That's a very valuable piece of property, very valuable.
Well, if I don't know if we'll still be here, but if that's really God's country, we know the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Cattle on a thousand hills is His. The earth is His, but that area over there is supposed to be sacred. That area over there is supposed to be holy. So if they're thinking about putting luxury condominiums over there and hotels and their little pretty girls come over there and do all their little mischief. We'll
Oh,
see.
I'm laughing and stuff and everything because this is Trump's dream. He is the one that wants his name out there on that place there because he wants to have him a Trump Tower out there somewhere.
Yeah, well, he want one in Russia and he want one in
Yeah, yeah, he wants him.
Gaza, Israel. He want one in.
He,
He got one up in Saudi Arabia somewhere, in one
yeah,
in the Middle East. So
and he
that's his whole dream.
yeah,
He want his name everywhere.
and they're building one in Vietnam for him. So hey, I don't know, man. That old boy and stuff is a trip, man. I don't know. He is. he got so much stuff going on, Ted. I don't believe he can keep up with all this mess. He got his own agendas and stuff out there, but there's a whole lot of other stuff going on, and I don't believe he is capable of keeping up with the hell's happening. I really don't. It doesn't seem like it because he's just flying all over the place. You see what the UK did to him and everything. You know they have a huge they have a base over there on the island called Diego Garcia, and I thought at first that that place belonged to the United States because the United States used that jumping off point in World War II and also during the Vietnam War. They had a lot of access, open access to the Diego Garcia because that's where they docked that Navy at and the aircraft carriers. But it's owned and stuff by the United Kingdom. And since he done sent them aircraft carriers over there into that area, they need Diego Garcia and stuff as a jumping off point and everything. And United Kingdom told them, no, you can't use our shit for no attack on Iran. So he done came forth with, well, he done pissed off at Sternberg because he said that. And then he talking about, well, I'm gonna make my mind up in 10 days if we gonna go over there and do anything to him. That 10 days is Trump dog whistle.
Oh yeah.
Because he did that in his first term when he was talking about he had a health care plan. Well, in 10 days, I'm gonna show you my health care plan. And it's 7 years later, and we still haven't seen it. So that's his dog whistle to let Iran know that he does. He go quietly move the aircraft carriers back to the United States. I told you yesterday, I don't believe he's gonna be able to go there and attack them people. And I,
Hey, this is from Al Jazeera, and it's news from the military. Check this headline out. Files reveal Epstein was offered a chance to buy U.S. Pentagon FBI buildings in 2016. 2016, bro.
that's his first year.
Yeah, he was offered to do that. An email released in the United States Department of Justice files show that the late convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein was offered the chance to buy into a sprawling building tied to the Department of Defense in 2016, according to the United Kingdom broadcaster ITV News. 84,710 square feet, well, 101 and 312 square yards complex located roughly 1.6 kilometers or 1 mile from the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, was described in a investor's deck as a mission critical site and the only property Arlington, Virginia, other than the Pentagon itself, the ability to meet the space and infrastructure needs of the DoD. But here's the killer here, bro. The proposed purchase price was about 116 million. The structure, the deal would have made Epstein co-owner and effectively a landlord to the U.S. government. There is no evidence that the transaction went ahead, but the prospect of a convicted sex offender acquired a stake in property serving the Pentagon raises serious security questions. Among the millions of emails published last month, an FBI informant wrote in a memo that Epstein was a Mossad agent working for Israel. And then they got stuff talking about dealing with the Israel people and all that. But he was a spy. Now they've been saying that for quite a while, and now it's showing in the emails.
We're finding out, Ted, that Epstein had his hand in a whole lot of stuff,
Whole
man.
lot of shit.
He had his hand in a whole lot of shit,
A
man.
whole lot of shit. This man was busy, and he probably still alive.
I don't think so. No, no, that nigga did. They did. They killed that nigga. They killed that nigga. Shit, he dead in the dough now. They can't they can't afford to have him alive, man. He got too much stuff on a whole lot of people.
Ooh, man, he got so much
He
stuff
got
on
too
people.
much
It's
stuff
just
on a
ridiculous.
whole lot of people. That's why they wanted him dead. He got too much stuff on him. And push come to shove and everything, I'm surprised that Maxwell is still alive. I'm surprised they ain't killed her.
I don't think she was in all of that. She was just his madam.
She was privy to a whole lot of stuff, Ted. She was privy to a whole lot of stuff that Epstein had going on. A whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff that dealt with them girls and stuff and everything, and what the heck he did. And who he was getting those girls for. Because if she wasn't, they wouldn't have moved her out of that prison and stuff and then put her in the country club because she got too much information on Trump.
I think she got a whole black book hidden somewhere that a person that she trusts, if something happened to her, release it.
Yep.
That's the only thing that I can see the reason why she's still.
That's the only thing keeping that girl alive. She was smart enough to keep that stuff hid and everything. But with Epstein, he just had too much stuff going on, man. He had too many daggone irons in the fire. And with people like that, when they figure that they got a whole lot of daggone power and stuff and everything, and he threatens folks and stuff and everything, people get scared when you threaten them. And I'm pretty sure he threatened a whole lot of damn people, and they got pissed off at him and said, "We got to get rid of this nigga. We got to get rid of him. You can't keep threatening me because if he's threatening people and stuff and everything, eventually he might say something to somebody and everything and get a whole lot of people in trouble. So he had to go no matter what. But like you said, Maxwell probably got some stuff hid away and everything, and if something happened to it and everything, somebody gonna turn that stuff loose. Now I'm sitting here, Ted, and looking at these GOP folks. And I'm wondering how in the hell did they get into Congress? They are some of the stupidest daggone representatives, man, in the world. This daggone Comer gets on Fox News and tells the people out there that this man was interviewed by the FBI. And if you listen to his deposition, they ask him, and he says no. The FBI has never interviewed him. The Department of Justice has never interviewed him. But he gets on Fox News and says, oh, yeah, they done interviewed him, so we all right with him. If you go come up with a lie, Ted, at least get something that has not just a day before that been verified that you're telling a damn lie. They got to be some of the stupidest folks in the world. And then they follow that daggone MAGA Mike and they let them Democrats. How in the hell, Ted, you gonna let somebody go and do a deposition and you don't show up? You don't show up. And now they all pissed off at Mike because you told us don't show up. And you see all this stuff that happened. They got to be some of the stupidest folks in the world, man. I'm telling you, they got to be. And man, them Democrats ate them alive, man, after they got out of that daggone interview, that deposition with that old man. They ate him alive. They wasn't nothing they could say. Magic Mike had egg all over his face. His daggone Republicans had egg all over their face. And he told on some of them daggone senators, especially that one from Ohio, the one that just got elected. He told on him, yeah, I got him. I paid him money. I gave him plenty of money. I've been giving him money ever since he's been in the House of Representatives. And what his attorney did was sit there and try to tell him to shut the hell up. Get the fuck up. You talking too goddamn much. And he said it loud enough so the camera picked up his voice.
You gotta laugh at it, bro.
You got to, man. I don't know how they made it this far, man, with all this mess. Oh, he said
I
it
tell
loud
you, man,
enough.
you got too many immigrants that's in office. They don't know what's going
They
on.
don't
They
know what's
don't
going on.
have
They
a
have no
clue. They don't
idea.
have a clue. All
They
they
don't.
know is they're making some nice money.
They paying them big money to keep that stuff quiet. Anybody that come up, I bet you they got a slush fund, Ted, and that slush fund probably in the billions of dollars that they paying off these daggone people and stuff. I mean, Congress people, everybody. They got a slush fund out there. What do
Oh
you
yeah.
want? What do you want? We
And
need to
what you
keep this
need?
shit quiet. Whatever you can do to keep it quiet, we're gonna give it. We're gonna
You
pay.
need your daughter to go to Harvard? No problem.
No problem. Need a brand new house? No problem.
No problem.
No problem. We'll build you a mansion somewhere. We give you a job somewhere. You tell us what you want, you got it. Keep that shit out. Keep my name out of this mess. Ooh.
Yep.
Now, we got to talk about my girl, Jasmine Crockett.
They're trying to dupe her, bro.
They trying to deal with I told you,
They're trying
man.
to dupe her.
I told you, man, them Democrats, she's the people who are gonna stab in their back is our own damn party. Our own party is getting ready to stab in their back. And Ted, if they let that Tallarico win that primary, he is not going to win that daggone U.S. Senate seat. I don't care who's running. There's going to be a whole lot of black folks that he going to need to come out and vote for him that ain't going to show up. They're going to show up. And that crap, man, that they pulled with Colbert, I don't know if Stephen Colbert was involved in that mess and everything, but it done cause a whole lot of rift out there and everything. And then it caused these white folks and stuff and everything to see this man and start saying, well, we're going to give this time gun some money. Did you know that man overnight brought in $3 million?
Is that right?
Yeah, $3 million they paid that they sent to him, put it to his campaign. Because they're saying that Jasmine Crockett and stuff and everything is to turn this thing into a racial issue. They're not, quote unquote, outright saying it, but that's what they're doing. And if you see any of them daggone Democrats out there, and I was damn surprised, man, that a couple of them are still sitting out there saying, well, I don't think she's going to win. This Tallarico probably going to take this, when all the polls are saying that girlfriend's in the lead. Now, when have you ever saw in a Democrat, when they run against each other in the primary, that you had Democrats and everything opening their daggone mouth and saying who they think is going to win that daggone election. Most of them are going to shut their damn mouth up and not going to say a word because they do not want to open their mouth and turn the election and stuff against anyone. One of the own representatives that she sat there with down there in Texas when that little boy was sitting there, Liam or whatever his name was inside the holding cells and stuff down there. She had one of her representatives, Castellano, I guess his name Castellano. He's a twin. I think his brother is the mayor and stuff of San Diego, and he ran for the U.S. House. Matter of fact, I think Obama had him as one of his secretaries in his first term, and they had him on MSNBC, MS Now, and the lady kept asking him and said, "Well, who do you think going to win? Who do you think going to win?" Usually, they just politics and don't open their mouth and say anything. Guess who he said was going to win the election?
Who?
Tallarico.
Mm.
Now he was just sitting down there with her, trying to get that little boy out of that prison down there. And he can sit there and stab there in the back. Yes, I think Tallarico is going to win the election. He has the momentum now. And from what we're hearing and what Jasmine is saying and her poll numbers and stuff and everything is that her people is coming out to vote. Those people who've been sitting on the sideline are getting up and coming out and voting. But that man is a very powerful figure and stuff in the Mexican and the Hispanic community and stuff down there in Texas. And for him to open his mouth and say that and everything, maybe stopped at least a couple of thousand Mexicans, Hispanics and stuff from voting for her. I don't know. It seems like it to me. I don't like what's going on. But we shall see. Maybe I open my mouth too soon. Maybe she will pull this out the hat. Don't know. That's my take.
I just want to say something about the tariffs. You know, the Supreme Court
Yep.
stopped some of his tariff fiasco. Not all of it, but most of it. The big deal now is, will those people who paid into the tariff get their reimbursement? And so that's the big news right now.
They're going to pay them. They're going to pay them, Ted. They're going to pay them. Even though the Supreme Court didn't tell them how to do it, how to pay them, which is not their job to do that. They're going to pay them.
You know it's $170 billion, over $170 billion.
I thought it was around 200.
Might be. We don't know no numbers, just like we don't know the numbers of unemployment. We don't know the numbers of how many people working. We don't know shit because he done cut and fired everybody. They just making up numbers out their butthole.
Well, I think these businesses and stuff, Ted, have records showing what they paid the federal government for the tariff. Because they keep records. Those accountants and stuff, them CFOs, they keep records. And they know what they paid for those tariffs. Most of them know what they did. They got records. They can pull them right out and show it to them. I
Well, what
guarantee
about
you
those
they can.
small businesses, though?
Those are the ones who might have some problems. If they haven't kept good records of what they done paid, there's a big problem there. And guess what, Ted? They may owe them people interest on that money.
They may what?
Owe them interest on that money.
Oh yeah, that's what they were saying. There might be interest on that money.
There may be interest on that money.
This dude, he just does whatever he wants to do, and then he don't ask for permission.
He doesn't. And I know his people in the White House, Ted, and even the Solicitor General, when he went before the Senate, meaning the Supreme Court, he knew that they were going to lose their case back in October. and he still was collecting that daggone money. He could have stopped then and said, "Well, this is for the Supreme Court. We're gonna stop until we get a ruling and stuff from the Supreme Court, and maybe limited some of that damage."
He
But he
likes that
didn't.
power, bro. You know, like if somebody turned him down about certain things in any country or whatever, you know, he even had countries that never paid tariffs or even charged tariffs on us, uh, put tariffs on them, some of these countries. He likes that power, bro. He gets a kick out of that, you know, ruling over people because he's a bully.
Well, he is he's eating his mess and stuff now. He's eating his mess because I doubt if he's gonna be able to come back and a lot of those countries out there and stuff who had their tariff put on them, they're probably sitting back laughing at it. So, all right, brother, you know, put the tariff on us. Now you got to stop, and we gonna sell our goods. So, is he gonna stop, or is he gonna continue to put their tariff on these people? Even though the Supreme Court said no, it's illegal, is he gonna stop?
That's a good question.
Because he can still tell his people, y'all continue to collect that money. I don't care. What they gonna do? I'm pretty sure there's some people out there and stuff who were trying to tell him and stuff, you need to leave this shit alone and find something else to do. But just like you just said, he don't listen to people. His fucking head is hard. He don't listen to nobody. He put something in his daggone head and he just go ahead and do it. And the people behind him just follow him, knowing that they can go to jail for that stuff. They can go to jail, but they're gonna keep on doing it because Trump said it. I'll pardon you. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. I'll pardon you. As long as he's president, yeah, he can pardon you. And that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at about all these cabinet people out there who doing all this illegal stuff. You got Christy Noem sitting out there. You got the labor secretary, her husband over there. He done he done sexually harassed the damn staff members and shit. And one of them got him on tape. Even her sexually harassing her employees, her husband. All these folks there, they just sitting up there just doing illegal stuff. But Donald K. pardoned all of them. When he finishes his office, man, some of the people need to be scared. I know I would be. I'd be shaking in my boots, man. I'd be trying to get away from that crap. I'm telling
Hey,
you.
hey, why do you think they're doing what they're doing with the voting things? You know, they're always saying, you know, hey, voting is illegal. A lot of people are voting illegally, and you're not tallying the votes right. All of that stuff. This stuff is, you know, he puts stuff out there, and then when you have ICE that's going to be around the polls intimidating people, so you know they got a game plan, bro. This game plan is serious. Anytime you go into cities, you know, Portland, Oregon, and you go into Chicago, you go into, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, Minnesota. You go into, you know, the thing is, I haven't seen any ICE people here in Florida. I'm sure there's some people, some ICE people here, but it's not like Minnesota. It's not like Chicago. It's not
Mm-mm,
like Washington D.C.
mm-mm. But they,
So
but, but they gone
this is
now.
right here. It's all about suppressing the vote in these, and I'm gonna put them in air quotes, blue states. California. They was all over California. Now, the question is, we had our essential workers who were temporarily here to work. They're no longer available. They're scared to work. Who's gonna pick the strawberries? Who's gonna pick? Man, I live in Florida,
Yep.
and you go down the highway in Florida. Usually, you got strawberry fields. I ain't seeing no workers, bro.
They scared.
They're scared, and it must be a really bad situation in a lot of these Latin cities and Latin countries. These people flee their whole family, to go through that desert, to fly a plane and try to escape and do all the things. And they all over the country, these people. They all over the country. So it's a bad situation. But if you go there to visit, Ed, they got all kind of luxury hotels. They got the beaches where you can enjoy your life. My family, some of my family members, they go to Puerto Rico, Brazil, they go to different parts of the world and country and stuff, and and they go to the best places. But it must be a real bad situation in some of these Latin communities.
It is. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. Because most of the time, Ted, they those luxury areas and stuff are protected by the governments because they're not like Trump. They know that tourism and stuff and everything puts money into their pockets.
Yeah,
So so what they do and stuff is that they have police and stuff all around that protecting those areas. But you get outside those areas and stuff and everything, and man, it is horrible, especially in Brazil. They got those barrios and stuff up there, man, with millions of people up in there and stuff. And them folks, them gangs and stuff run those places. But they cannot come out of those barrios over there and mess with those people in those luxury areas along the beaches and stuff like that. They will not let them do that, destroy their tourism. They make sure they say, same thing that happens in Mexico and in those luxury areas and stuff and everything. Them Mexican folks and stuff, the police, the federal, all of them, they protect those folks there. And they'll tell them, those gang members and stuff and that, you don't come here. This is our money. This is what keeps us going. And they don't. But they do have some bad stuff going on, man, outside those areas. Bad stuff going on. They got people that they're killing, and they're part of that human trafficking ring and stuff there and everything, where they get these folks and stuff and everything, and they sell them for the organs and stuff like that, or they sell the women and stuff like that and everything into uh, prostitutes and all of that. That's what they do to make their money, along with guns and stuff. Did you see that news headline and stuff that one of those gangs and stuff in Mexico has a direct line into one of our armories and stuff there in South Texas?
mm-mm.
Yeah, they said that they all their armaments and stuff they found out is coming from a U.S. government facility and stuff down in South Texas. They have people inside there that they done paid off, and they giving them guns and stuff around the armory. They just found that out. You got money, you can get whatever you want. You can pay folks off, and they're going to do it, even in our armory. Major supply of the gangs. A lot of bad stuff going on, Ted. A lot of bad stuff going on. And I got to believe, Ted, that your folks down there in Florida is finding ways to get their strawberries picked and get them shipped out of Florida. Damn people, they ain't lost they daggone. Those folks and stuff, they probably hiding them out in trucks or wherever they can, bring them out, let them pick that daggone strawberries and stuff and everything late at night or whatever, and get that stuff on them trucks and everything in the morning so you don't see no sign of it. They doing something to it to get their money. They ain't stopped making their money. Those farmers doing something. Now, I venture to say they doing something. And I'm pretty sure that even the police down there know what the heck they doing. But they're not telling nice folks and stuff what they doing because they paying off folks. There's too much money, Ted. Too much money. You stopping a whole lot of money for these farmers. They're not gonna just roll over. They out there spending their money and they paying off people. They still, I bet you, they still getting folks out there to pick their stuff. They may be only doing it maybe at night. And late at night, they got the lights and stuff out there and everything, and they out there picking strawberries.
Well, today is Friday.
Yep.
So what's going to be the distraction this weekend, Ed?
With Trump, you never know. But I would venture to say and stuff and everything, Ted, that I'm pretty sure Trump is probably going to be messing with, talking with Russia, trying to get some money out of Ukraine. Probably still threatening Iran, and he's probably going to figure out some kind of way. He's probably talking to his people to figure out how he's going to keep that tariff going, because he cannot keep on letting Epstein get the headlines.
Well, I just read you that article from the military news. And it, this is some sad shit, bro. I mean, this stuff been going on for 30 years, 40 years, and probably even longer than that, but just more prolific. And these people paying off. And obviously you have to make when you're doing big business, you have to make a lot of big business deals in order to get your corporation or build a building in another country. You have to do all kind of other deals and play the games with these people, and you have to know people who know people. And in order for capitalism to really work and sell your products to other countries, I think about Microsoft and all these other Walmart and all these countries that these, even Kentucky Fried Chicken, all these people they want to be international and make more money in order to do that. So the thing is that greed, that I guess, just like Greco said, the great stockbroker, greed is a good thing. Greed is a good thing, bro. You know, having chauffeur-driven Rolls Royces, and and that Rolls Royce has to be specially made so it can be bulletproof. Having bodyguards all around you when you're walking around, and I guess it's worth it to them. And I think that's the reason why a lot of these multimillionaires, these people that are billionaires and all that, they resent a lot of everyday people because we live our life. We go to the mall. That's the reason why they allowed guns to be prolific in this country. So you're gonna have some cuckoo birds that go around doing stuff they ain't got no business doing. Disturb people who was enjoying their life. Like a few days ago, some guy came along, killed his ex-wife and his child, and injured two or three other people at a hockey game. And you can go on and on. I mean, all kind of those stuff like that, because these people, they love it. They don't want the American people to be happy, bro. And most people are content by not living in a $50 million house, by not riding in a Rolls Royce. Most people are content in just going to a basketball game or a football game and enjoying their life, going to church on Sunday, getting up Monday, going to work. So they have to keep this chaos going so that people can be miserable. They don't want to see people happy. They don't want to see people in togetherness. They want to show a divide. That's why. That's why they bringing up, black and white. In politics. That's the reason why I bring up black and white in sports. You know, you hear these doggone stupid sports people talking about, I like to see an all black team and white team and all that kind of crap. This is what they do, man. This is division. Division. They want division, division, division. They want people to be at each other's throat. For what? Pennies, nickels, and dimes? Or because, they get the people, thinking that, black people are different, white people are different, all that stupid stuff. So I don't know. I think they're doing this on purpose. It's designed to do it. That's what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose here. And while they stealing and conniving and stealing the taxpayer money and conniving the workers. That's what they're doing, bro.
Ted, we're gonna be very surprised and stuff about what the hell is going on in this country. We're gonna be very surprised about what's going on.
You will, but I won't.
I'm not. I'm just watching it, man. There are law enforcement people who are just as crooked as Trump is.
Yep.
And I got to believe, Ted, that all those people that they said that has crossed these borders and stuff here in the United States, came out here illegally, were probably brought over here by some of our law enforcement folks. They opened the doors and stuff and allowed these criminals and stuff in Mexico or whatever to bring these people over into this country and use them. They
Yeah.
bring them over here and put them in factories, put them over here, put them out in the fields and stuff to pick whatever they got to be picked. They
Yeah.
brought them over here to
That's
work.
been proven here.
They
That's
they
been
got
proven.
they brought them over here to work on our construction industry and everything.
That's been proven.
That's what they did. They brought them in to
And they
do it.
don't and they deliberately don't hire black people when black
Right.
people apply for the jobs.
They brought them over here because they cheap labor.
Yeah.
Cheap labor. That's why they're here. Cheap labor. So
And that's why I get on my soapbox and I say that these people, I'm talking about people that's got extraordinary talent and ability and genius in their field and making millions and billions of dollars, they need to really step their game up. I mean, you don't have to do it in a large, boisterous way, but you have to, even if you have to go undercover and do it. You guys got to be careful because they'll come for you, and they know it. If they see you helping black communities in a large scale, they'll be coming for you. But the point is, you can do it in a nice, undercover way where you helping hundreds of thousands and not millions of black people getting out of poverty. Some kind of way, y'all need to scheme it up because we've been going through this too long. And now I mean, and you got too many multimillionaires that's sitting on their money and ain't doing shit for the black community. And the one thing you have to admit, and if it wasn't for black folks, you wouldn't have made it. Because the black folks are the ones supported you. Oh, now the system is a little different now. You know, when we was coming up here, hell, it was amazing just to have one person on a Big Ten team, one black person on a Big Ten team. If you had two, you said, "Ooh, wow, they got two brothers starting." And now you got nothing but black folks playing in college, and I mean every level. You got performers filling out big stadiums, taking over Broadway. Not only that, we got scientists all over this country doing inventions and all of that. So there's no excuse for us not to be. There should not be one black foundational black American that is not a multimillionaire. That's my personal opinion. All our families should be rich. There's no excuse for it. And a lot of it, is, that you got that ceiling. That's why they started the DEI program, so that at least you can get an interview. I'm telling you, bro, there's no excuse for us, because, you know, um, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean this in a disparaging way, but you know, I love Sidney Poitier. I love what's that other Jamaican guy who just died recently? He lived up to 90 years old. The Jamaican guy, Deo. I can't think of his name right offhand, but they pushed them up, because they were immigrants. They're very talented now, but we had a whole lot of talented black people during their time too. Just as good as actors, singers, all of that. But they pushed them too. They knew what they was doing.
Final word, brother.
Well, to me, the web they have spent and the prayers that's going up, evil is evil, bro. These some vile people. There's some vile people, man. They evil. I mean, wicked. There's people that are not as wicked, but they're prejudiced, they're racist, all of that. But there are some vile people, man, out there.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of good people, and there's more good people than evil people. So I'm believing I have hope. And as Jesse Jackson used to say, I'm gonna say it, keep hope
Keep hope
alive.
alive. Well, I just want to make sure that there are folks out there in the audience who've been waiting on this Supreme Court decision about the tariffs. I was one of them, that we don't get our hopes up too damn high. That that the prices that we got in them stores is going to come down right away. They not. There's too many greedy folks out there, people. They got them prices up high, and they definitely ain't going to be like Costco's and bring their stuff down. These folks are crooks. They are thieves, just like Trump. And yes, they might bring some of their prices and stuff down, but I guarantee you they're not going to come down to where they were before he brought that
Oh
tariff and
man, did
stuff
you see
in.
the sales report, man? I mean, my goodness, bro, they all made profits because of those prices, bro. Sure, they all made profits, bro, because of those prices.
And they're going to continue to make a profit. So, like I said, don't don't expect the prices to drop way down, and I don't expect my coffee to go down now from 20 some dollars a bag down to $13 or $14. It ain't gonna happen.
Oh, you drink that expensive coffee.
Damn right.
20 dollars a pound.
20 $20. It's $20 a pop now. 22 dollars a pop.
Yeah, that's for a pound. You got to buy one of them every 3, 4 days.
No, no, no. It's 2 pounds, two-pound bag, 2 pound bag. But they getting short. They charge you $20, but they getting short. It used to be the bags are all the way full, but now they're not full. They just short. They tell you they still say it's 2 pounds, but I don't believe it's 2 pounds. I don't. Anyway, people, you guys have a good day. We'll see you guys tomorrow with some more good news or bad news. Well, however you want to
Whatever
look
it
at
is,
it,
it's going to be true news.
wherever you want to look at it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.